Hello, everybody, and welcome to our channel. I'm Mark,
And I'm Rob.
and today we're going to talk about whether or not Caitlin Clark is the greatest rookie in WNBA history. And hey, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so. Hit the notification bell when you do so you get notified of our next video. If you think Caitlin Clark should win Rookie of the Year, subscribe to our channel. If you think she should be MVP, subscribe to our channel. If you think she's the greatest rookie ever, subscribe to our channel. If you like football, subscribe to our channel. I gave you enough reasons. Just subscribe.
Yeah.
We're going for 5,000 subscribers. We need your help. So, Rob, I'm going to punt on this one and I'm going to give you my reasons why at the end. I think we're never really going to be able to fairly evaluate it because of what happened to Caitlin Clark as she entered the league and all the obstacles that she had. But there was a list by ESPN. Now, they'd not been favorable towards Caitlin Clark at all in terms of ranking her. Mm-hmm. And this is by Michael Vogel, who's been reasonable. And he made up a list of the greatest rookie seasons ever in the WNBA, and he has Candace Parker first, she's the only rookie that won the MVP, so obviously that's going to be a logical choice. Tamika Catchings, who actually was not a rookie. She tore her ACL and didn't play her real rookie year. She tore it in college at a senior season at Tennessee. So she had a little bit of an advantage because she had a little bit more time to prepare for the upcoming season. But that was her rookie season because she didn't play any games that year. Then they have Clark third, Maya Moore fourth, Asia Wilson fifth, Brianna Stewart sixth, Elena Deladonna seventh, Diana Taurasi eighth, Tina Charles ninth, and Angel Reese 10th. And they also put in Simone Augustus, Cheryl Ford, and Sue Bird as runner-ups. I think Angel Reese they stuck in there, Rob, to make people laugh. Notice she's 10th. It's not like she's 6th. They know she's 10th. They just kind of like, okay, we'll put her on 10th. We won't put her anywhere. Because Sue Bird had a very good rookie year. So
I was just going to say that. Sue Bird had a very good rookie year. All the people that were honorable mentions were much better rookie years.
So that was their take. Now, not everybody agreed with them. They have one. This is from Fansided and 5 best rookie seasons. And they have Brianna Stewart 5th, Elena Deladonna 4th, Asia Wilson 3rd, Tamika Catchings 2nd, and Candace Parker 1st. So you notice they're both 1-2 right there for Tamika Catchings and Candace Parker.
Right.
So let's say that's accurate. Asia Wilson had a really good rookie year too. But I can say Caitlin Clark, it's hard to compare the guards with the forwards. But we can look at their accomplishments. And we know that Caitlin Clark is probably going to be first team All-Pro, which she should be. And she's probably going to be like 2nd through 4th in the MVP voting. Well, Candace Parker was first that year in the MVP voting. And she also, in the Defensive Player of the Year, she was 4th. And she made first team All-Pro. Tamika Catchings made first team All-Pro and was 3rd in the MVP voting and 2nd in Defensive Player of the Year. So if you go by that, you can see that the one advantage they have over Caitlin Clark is they were both excellent defenders. And Caitlin Clark, at least her on-ball defense is on the weak side. Her overall defense is probably average, but her on-ball defense is weak.
Very weak.
And, but she makes her teammates way better than everybody else. And she's a guard. So then I could go over all their stats if you wanted to, but that would bore you with all the stats.
Well, she's breaking all the rookie records there already with assists, and she's breaking records left and right. So
she did. And the stats between forwards and guards are always hard to compare because one's going to have way more assists, one's going to have way more rebounds, and the shooting percentages is different, because they're up close by the basket and all that kind of stuff. And I could go over that, but you could argue the 3rd is reasonable for Caitlin Clark because Tamika Catchings. They went into, if you go and look at the win shares, Tamika Catchings had the highest of all time for a rookie for win shares at 9.2. Caitlin Clark had 3.0, and Candace Parker was at 7.7. And so they also have player efficiency rating, and Tamika Catchings was highest also at 30.9. Candace Parker was 27.4, and Caitlin Clark was 18.8. So for advanced metrics, they were both higher than Caitlin Clark. and they came in higher. They were very good all-around players, and their teams did well too. So their teams went from Tamika Catchings' team went from 10-22 to 16-16. Very similar to Caitlin Clark.
Right. Yeah.
They won 6 more games, and Candace Parker's team went from 10-14 to 20-14 to 10-20. I'm sorry, 10-24 to 20-14. So they actually improved by 10 games. So you can make the argument a third seems reasonable. In fact, Asia Wilson had a really great year, and I don't want to get into that either. But I thought third was reasonable. But I want to argue that it's not that simple. It's complicated. I'm not even saying that Caitlin Clark should be first, but I can point out some things going on here. First of all, Candace Parker went on to a team with Lisa Leslie. So they also had another very good forward. Their 3 leading scorers and their team were all forward. So they had a big front line and a high scoring front line. So they couldn't double team Candace Parker. Lisa Leslie still had 15.1 points and 8.9 rebounds that year, even though she was 35 years old. She wasn't at her peak anymore, but she was still a force. So they couldn't double team. Caitlin Clark. You think they double teamed Caitlin Clark this year? More than anyone in history, according to Rebecca Lobo. And, for as far as we know, she's been more double teamed and triple teamed and covered for 94 feet than any player in history, not just any rookie. So it's not a fair comparison if they're not getting double teamed.
I mean, that's the whole game plan where this year when she played against the teams on the chalkboard, it's like, main thing is we're going to pick up Caitlin Clark full court, and then we're going to double team her. Now, when they did with the other players of the league this year, I don't think on the board they said they're going to double team Jewel Lloyd or they're going to double team Sabrina Ionescu, because if they did that, you have Breanna Stewart. So they can't really do that.
Now, Tamika Catchings had one other star, Nikki McCray, who was a guard. So she didn't have a big front line there. So she might have got double teamed some. I don't know. I wasn't watching that particular year. I'm just going by stats and going on results and just trying to think this through logically in terms of what's fair and what's not fair. And I can make the argument that if I even look at the stats, Caitlin Clark's stats don't all show up because how she makes her teammates so much better. But Candace Parker, just, some basic stats. She had like 18.5 points and 9.5 rebounds. And Tamika Catchings had 18.6 points and 8.6 rebounds. And they also had other stats that were good too for block shots and things like that. Caitlin Clark, I mean, she led the league in assists as a rookie at 8.4 and had 19.2 points and 5.7 rebounds. That's a lot for a guard.
Right. We kind of predicted that for the first year. We were pretty close as far as with points, assists, and rebounds.
Now, for those people who are worried about the turnovers, Caitlin Clark had a lot of turnovers. Was the only guard of the 3 that we're talking about. And even if we threw Asia Wilson in the mix, we'd still be talking about the only guard. But her assist to turnover ratio was better than theirs. Hers was 1.5. Candace Parker's was 1.2. And Tamika Catchings was actually 1.4. So you got to put that in perspective. Anyways, so I'm going to make the argument that it's unclear whether she's the greatest rookie of all time. But there was other factors going on against Caitlin Clark besides the fact that she was double teamed and triple teamed. They gave her a really rough schedule, the Fever and her. 11 games in 12 days. They played against a lot of the best teams. She also had calls go against her from the refs that I think it made it more difficult for her to be successful. She has a lousy coach. She had teammates that seemed to be against her in the beginning of the year. There's all sorts of things going on there that I think held back Caitlin Clark, especially in the first 10 games.
Well, we talk about the physical factors or the ones, the playing factors, but there are the mental factors, and that I think the mental factors go into more into her psychic than anything. I mean, that affects you more than the physical. I mean, you can deal with the physical stuff, but when you're getting abused, from all sides, from your own league,
Right. I will say that they said, I only watched a little bit that year, Candace Parker. She was successful from day one, but again, she had 2 other frontline people who were good. She did have some physicality against her. There's video of her being, dragged down on the ground and stuff like that. But not to the extent that Caitlin Clark did. I'm sure of that. And
Did
she
she
didn't
get
get.
did she get the calls?
I don't know. Who knows? Who knows, Rob? That's the whole thing. Without watching their whole year and going back and watching it, it's hard to say. I'm merely saying third place is reasonable, but I can make the argument that if they didn't give her all these obstacles, it'd be clear that she would be first. I mean, the way she makes her teammates better is at another level. If any rookie and anyone in the league right now.
Well, it's weird, like we said. So they said that when she was coming into the league, she wasn't going to be. She's a non-factor, just a flash in the pan. But yet, they made sure that she was, and then made sure that she wouldn't make the Olympic team because of that. So they put all these other factors into her. So she had to overcome those.
Right. So I think it's hard to say. That's why you saw the lists were completely different after 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But if you put her in third, I'm not gonna, get super upset. If you put her in first, I'm not gonna say you're wrong. Even if you put her fourth. But she had one of the greatest rookie seasons ever. That's clear. Where she belongs in between 1 and 5. I'm sure it was in the top 5. But whether it's first or not, I don't know. But I think you have to look at everything when you're evaluating this. And I think because she's the only one that had these obstacles that we're talking about, I think it's really hard to evaluate her rookie year compared to some of these other players.
Right.
So, but Candace Parker did win the MVP her rookie year. So that's a hard one to overcome.
Yeah.
So let's be honest about that. All right. Okay. So let us know what you think. If you think Caitlin Clark is the greatest rookie ever, yeah. You have a drink, sit down and have some scotch with me, you could probably convince me that. But if she got voted third, if there was a big poll done, I wouldn't be upset about it. It's not really, who cares? There's no way to prove it. But I think it's clear that she had one of the greatest rookies ever, and that she was actually I think she was underrated going into the season. I think people thought she was going to be, pretty good, but not this good. If you took everybody's evaluation of her, some people thought she was going to be a bust, which of course we knew that was wrong. And some people thought she was going to be the greatest player ever since day one. Of course, we knew that was wrong because those are just new people to basketball. They didn't really know enough about basketball to know.
Right.
And other people were realistic, saying, yeah, she's still, her skills translate. She's going to play really well in the WNBA, which she has. And in fact, I'll go over this in the Diana Taurasi video in terms of what we projected what she would do. And we're going to go over some stats. So there's going to be another video. We're going to compare Diana Taurasi's rookie year with Caitlin Clark's. And that's going to be another video. So we didn't bring her up because Diana Taurasi was not in the top 5 in the list that I saw. So anyways. So let's know what you think. You think I'm being fair? Or you think you can evaluate it and figure out whether she was the best rookie or not? I think it's tough to evaluate.
Yeah, it is.
What's your opinion, Rob? What would you put her?
I definitely put her in the top 5. I probably would keep Candace and Tamika definitely 1 and 2. So then after that, you can kind of. But yeah, this is her rookie season. It has been phenomenal. Breaking records. This is the way she's been playing and overcoming all the obstacles that she had in front of her. That right there definitely puts her in the top 5.
Okay, so anything between 1 and 5. I agree with that. And her, by the way, it was interesting. Her idol was 4th, and she was 3rd on the first ESPN list, Maya Moore. But I think Asia Wilson's numbers were better than Maya Moore's. But so you can decide for yourself by looking at the numbers. And if you were watching the WNBA, maybe you have a better perspective than I do. All right, so you can watch perhaps the greatest rookie of all time tomorrow night live against the Connecticut Sun, and I guess it's in the afternoon. 3:00 on ABC. The ratings will probably be through the roof. We'll see. They're up against the NFL, so I'm not so sure. And then Wednesday night, probably not a smart move on WNBA's part.
Yeah. Again, marketing.
I don't know. They're not the brightest.
Oh boy.
And Wednesday night is 7:30. And that's going to be on ESPN. So Rob will be there for that one. So join us for that. Normal live shows every Monday, 6 to 8 Eastern time, except for major holidays. And we'll be talking about Sunday's game and also the football results. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, what are you waiting for? It's free. No credit card, no credit check, nothing. Just hit that notification bell when you do so you get notified of our next video. We're going for 5,000 subscribers, and we need your help. And let us know what you think below in the comments. And if you like this video, hit the like button. And if you want to donate to this channel, there's super chats and super thanks down below. And there's a link to PayPal. And we'll see you in the next video.
Peace out.